How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Is there anything that, I guess, to start off that you've seen in the first two practices that kind of jump off the page for you? Because I know it's real early.
Well, I'm sure Coach talked about it. The fact that these guys came out and showed a tremendous work ethic, tremendous energy. What I talked about, because I talk a lot out there, is if you don't have juice, you are of no use. And so some of those guys like that. So I think I'm gonna keep using that. But they were big time, energetic, and then between practice 1 and practice 2, just like when you get into the season, game 1 and game 2, you expect a tremendous amount of improvement. And that's kind of, just thinking of my guys specifically, that's what I saw. There were some plays that we didn't perform well on day 1, but when we had an opportunity to go and watch the video, dissect our movement, dissect our operation, I was just pleased that those guys came out and improved from day 1 to day 2, which is, well, like I said, which should be and normally is the case if you have an experienced team.
Coach Kleiman kind of looked like, the way he thought, you might have the most banged up position group. He said that at times you only have 3 cornerbacks available. How challenging has that made it so far for you as a coach?
Well, that's one of the reasons that I'm talking to you right now, is that we're looking for corners. You look like you could move around out there. We lined Blake Lynch up at corner, and I fired him after 1 play. No, I'm joking. Blake's good job. Did a good job out there. But yeah, we are banged up a little bit. But the thing I tell these guys, and I'll continue to tell them, is that listen, if it's 2 of us, we'll be just fine, right? And we want to continue to build toughness. Being injured is different than being hurt, right? And we want to make sure our guys understand that. Now, right now, some of them they're injured, and we're going to respect that. But we'll understand how we play through pain, and we'll understand how we tough it up sometimes. But I think that the guys who are able to be out there right now, they've done a good job so far. Only 2 days in, right? But in 2 days they've come a long way.
With all the injuries right now, who's kind of taking that vocal role, or at least a leadership role on the field for you right now?
Well, the fact that I talk as much as I do, I don't give them much of a chance to be vocal leaders. But no, the guys who really, from their performance that I've seen, and they've kind of risen to the top, guys like A.J. Parker, of course, and then Walter, who is working at nickel as well as corner, and Lance. Those 3 guys have played quite a bit of football. So you would expect them to come out and be above the rest of the guys. But I've been impressed with Cameron Key, and he got an interception yesterday's practice. The first practice, he didn't look as good as we would have wanted him to, but again, improvement from day 1 to day 2, just because these guys have a spirit about them where they go into the meeting room, you coach them through it, you dissect their reaction to different plays, you tell them what they're doing wrong, how they can improve, and then they go out and they do it. Now, it's never going to be perfect, but you just want improvement day after day. And it's like I tell those guys, listen, man, we're not going to win the national championship in 1 day. We're not going to win the Thorpe Award in a week. But what we want to do is we want to stack practices on top of each other. We want to stack days on top of each other. And at the end of it all, then we'll see how we've measured up.
How much joy are you going to get out of coaching your son?
Oh, my goodness. I already know what's going to happen in this situation. Because this is my good son, right? This is my good son. But I have some really bad sons, right? So this is my good son, but we're going to have a lot of fun. To have an opportunity to coach your son, to have an opportunity to be around your kids. I've spent many, many years of my life coaching other people's kids and chasing other people's kids and recruiting other people's kids and yelling at other people's kids. I spent a lot of years yelling at my own too, but this will give me a great opportunity, man, to be able to form a bond with my son that many of us coaches never get an opportunity to form with their sons. So if I can keep his mom from visiting the office and talking about how her son should be starting, then we'll be okay.
So you've had those conversations?
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, you need to recruit my son. Who is your kid anyway? Right? So, but it's going to be a lot of fun.